city of Nashua Holocaust Memorial. Purpose: the memorial was created to honor the approximately 6 million Jews murdered during the Holocaust. Remember the millions of other victims persecuted by Nazi Germany. Educate visitors about the dangers of anti-Semitism, hatred, prejudice, and genocide. Encourage reflection on the importance of protecting human rights and democracy. Memorial features: visitors will find granite monuments engraved with historical information and quotations, a contemplative pathway and landscape gardens, memorial benches and places for quiet reflection, symbolic artwork representing remembrance, resilience, and hope. The memorial was designed as an educational space as well as a place for remembrance, allowing schools and community groups to hold guided tours and commemorative ceremonies. Founding: the project was spearheaded by Fred and Janice Thibault, who established the non-profit Holocaust Memorial in Nashua Incorporated, inspired by Fred Thibault's Dutch family history during the Nazi occupation. They worked with the city of Nashua to construct the memorial. In 2016, the city accepted responsibility for its long-term ownership and maintenance, supported by a dedicated maintenance trust fund. Auschwitz was the largest Nazi concentration and extermination camp complex, operating in German-occupied Poland from 1940 to 1945. It consisted of Auschwitz I, Auschwitz II Birkenau, and Auschwitz III Monowitz, along with dozens of subcamps. More than 1.1 million people, mostly Jews, but also Poles, Roma, Soviet prisoners of war, and others, were murdered there through gas chambers, starvation, disease, forced labor, shootings, and medical experiments. Liberated by Soviet forces on January 27, 1945, Auschwitz remains a powerful symbol of the Holocaust and a warning of the consequences of hatred, anti-Semitism, and genocide. Treblinka was a Nazi German extermination camp built in occupied Poland in 1942. During Operation Reinhard, the Nazi planned to murder Poland's Jewish population. Located in a forest northeast of Warsaw, it operated primarily as a killing center. Most victims were gassed within hours of arrival using carbon monoxide from engine exhaust. Between July 1942 and October 1943, an estimated 800,000 to 900,000 people were murdered there, the vast majority Jews from the Warsaw Ghetto and other parts of Poland. It's considered the deadliest of the Operation Reinhard camps after Auschwitz. In August 1943, prisoners staged an uprising, and the camp was destroyed by the Nazis later that year to hide evidence of the atrocities. Few physical structures remain today. The site is now a memorial and museum. Belzec was a Nazi German extermination camp in occupied Poland, the first of the 3 Operation Reinhard camps, along with Treblinka and Sobibor, built specifically to murder Poland's Jewish population. It operated from March to December 1942 in a rural area near the town of Belzec, close to the Lublin-Lviv rail line. Like Treblinka, Belzec functioned almost exclusively as a killing center. Victims, mostly Jews from southern Poland and some from other parts of Europe, were gassed with carbon monoxide almost immediately after arrival. An estimated 434,000 to 600,000 people were murdered there. Belzec is notably one of the least documented of the death camps. Almost no prisoners survived to testify. Unlike Treblinka or Sobibor, so much of what's known comes from perpetrator testimony and archaeological evidence. The Nazis dismantled the camp in late 1942 to 1943 and tried to erase traces of it. Today the site holds a memorial and museum, dedicated in 2004. Sobibór was a Nazi German extermination camp in occupied Poland, established in 1942 as part of Operation Reinhard. Hundreds of thousands of Jews were deported here from Poland and other parts of German-occupied Europe. Most were murdered in gas chambers shortly after arrival. Prisoners were forced to sort belongings, remove bodies, and perform other labor under brutal conditions. On October 14, 1943, Jewish prisoners launched a courageous revolt, killing several SS guards and escaping the camp. Sobibór was then dismantled and the site was concealed. Today, the memorial stands as a place of remembrance for those murdered there. Chelmno, known in German as Kulmhof, was the first Nazi German extermination camp to operate on a large scale. It began killing Jews in December 1941 in occupied Poland. Victims were transported to the camp, deceived into believing they were being taken for showers, and murdered in specially equipped gas vans using carbon monoxide from their engines. At least 150,000 people, primarily Jews, were murdered at Chelmno. The camp operated in two main periods and was ultimately dismantled by the Nazis to conceal the evidence. Today, the site stands as a place of remembrance for those who were murdered there. Majdanek, near Lublin in occupied Poland, was a Nazi German concentration and extermination camp that operated from 1941 to 1944. Tens of thousands of prisoners were murdered there, including large numbers of Jews and Polish political prisoners. Victims were killed through mass shootings, starvation, forced labor, disease, and gas chambers. During Operation Reinhard, thousands of Jewish prisoners were murdered in the camp and nearby killing sites. In November 1943, the Nazis carried out Operation Harvest Festival, murdering approximately 18,000 Jewish prisoners at Majdanek in a single day. The camp was liberated by Soviet forces in July 1944.